Welcome, dear learners. Welcome to the lecture series on investment management. Dear learners, today we will discuss one of the most important concept in investment management, that is approaches to investment analysis. Now, before we discuss this concept, let us understand first what is meant by investment analysis. Then we discuss approaches to investment analysis. But let us first understand what is meant by investment analysis. Now, when we want to invest our money, we do some analysis. Now, investment analysis is the process by which you analyze the market or the performance of security in the market. You analyze the performance of security in the market in terms of its price movements, how a security is performing in the market, to make a decision regarding when to buy or at what price the security should be bought and when to sell a security. So, investment analysis is very much required and plays an important role in investment decision process. Now, when investment analysis is done correctly, then your investment decision is always correct and fetches you good profits. But the question is how to analyze investments. So, there are two important approaches available to make investment analysis. Now, let us see each of these approaches, how we can use these approaches to make investment analysis. The two approaches for analyzing investments include, one is fundamental analysis, the second one is technical analysis. So, these two approaches will help you in analyzing or measuring or analyzing your security movements in the market, and it will help you in making an investment decision by helping you to decide when to buy a security and when to sell a security. So, let us see each one of these approaches to investment analysis. The first approach we take is fundamental analysis. Now, these two analysis, namely fundamental and technical analysis, out of fundamental analysis is also called as qualitative analysis. Technical analysis is called quantitative analysis. So, let us see how these analyses are performed. First, we will discuss fundamental analysis. See, fundamental analysis is the basic analysis what you carry out before investing. Now, fundamental analysis is the examination of the underlying forces that affect the well-being of the economy, industry groups and companies. See, here in case of fundamental analysis, we call fundamental analysis as a qualitative analysis. That means you will not be using any technique, but you will be analyzing your investments purely based on the information. That is the reason why fundamental analysis is also called as qualitative analysis. because we will not be making use of any tool or technique here. Now, how it is done? The most common way that fundamental analysis is done is in 3 steps. Now, what are these 3 steps? First, you perform economic analysis. Second, you will be doing industry analysis, and that at the last you will be doing or performing company analysis. Fundamental analysis involves 3 steps: economic, industry, and company analysis. So, by seeing these 3 steps, one thing can be understood. Like, first we will try to analyze the economy at large, then we will narrow down to industry, and then we will narrow down to the company, individual unit. Then we will make a decision whether to invest or not, or if we want to invest, at what price a security should be bought and at what price a security should be sold. So let us see how to make economic analysis, industry analysis, and company analysis. So we will take up the step number 1, that is economic analysis. Here, economy at large, that means macroeconomic factors are analyzed. The first step to this type of analysis includes looking at the macroeconomic situations. Now, these macroeconomic situations include GDP, growth rates, inflation, interest rates, exchange rates, productivity. See, all these elements, whatever mentioned here, like GDP, growth rates, inflation, etc., are macro in nature. They are macroeconomic factors. So, in economic analysis, we try to analyze all these factors in order to judge the condition of economy, whether the economy is good for investments, is it favorable for investments or not. See, for example, economic factors like GDP, growth rates, inflation, interest rates, exchange rates, productivity, and etc. provide you a good information based on which you can make your investment decision. So, how these factors help us in analyzing the whole economy? See, GDP. You need to analyze whether the GDP is favorable, what is the current GDP, and at what rate it is growing, what are the forecasts given by various rating agencies. If the GDP is showing you the positive signals, that means economy is growing, because GDP is the measure, it is a measure of the performance of the economy. How economy is performing is judged by seeing the GDP figures. Now, if you see GDP gives a positive sign, that means you can analyze that economy is positive. Now, what are the growth rates? How growth is being recorded in the country? That constant growth is there, or any fluctuations in the growth rates also serves you good information. Then the inflation, the state of inflation in the economy. See, an economy which is facing inflation, then that economy may not attract good investments, because inflation diminishes the future consumption possibility of the investors. Then comes the interest rates. How are the interest rates? What is the how these interest rates are fluctuating? How frequently there is a fluctuation in the interest rates? You need to analyze. And same thing with the exchange rates. How are the foreign exchange rates? At what rate they are fluctuating? And productivity. So by analyzing all these factors, you can get good information about economy. Now once if you can see that economy is good, showing a positive sign for growth, then narrow down it to industry analysis. That means then perform the second step, that is industry analysis. In the second step, we look at industry as a whole. Now, there is a difference between the industry and company. Industry is group of companies, whereas company is a single unit. Here we look at, once we are done with economic analysis, and if the economic analysis shows a green signal or a positive sign, then we proceed towards industry analysis. We look into how a particular industry is performing. That means we will see group of companies' performance. That means industry is a group of companies. So we look at industry as a whole. Like in industry analysis, we try to analyze the entries and exits from industry. Like the new entrants who are coming into the industry to set up their businesses, and who are exiting the industry. We'll study the new entrants who are coming into the industry and exits from the industry. And then the competition and their effects. What is the level of competition prevailing in that industry? Then foreign competition. In this industry, whether any foreign companies are there, or any foreign competition is yet to come, or any foreign business is yet to come, all these factors need to be analyzed. And the price levels in the industries and the total sales, the turnover of that industry to be analyzed, which gives an important information about the total industry. Now, you can make, by analyzing all these factors, you can judge the industry's performance. In the step 1, you will be judging the economy at large. Then you will narrow down to the industry. Now once you are done with industry analysis, then again narrow down to the individual unit, that is company. In the last step, you will be doing company analysis. Now it includes studying the fundamentals and looking at the company individually. Like you will be picking up an individual unit or individual company from the whole industry and studying the information of that particular industry, particular company. Like what is the sales of that company, prices of the products in that company, what are the new products it is going to be launched, what are the earnings of the company, any chance of debt and equity occurrence, etc., etc. That means in the company analysis, what you do is you will try to study the company's balance sheets, various ratios, the EPS, etc., etc., to predict the movements of the shares or securities. See, we have started with economic analysis, we have narrowed down to industry analysis, then we have further narrowed down it to company analysis, because company is part of industry and industry is part of economy. Now by performing these 3 steps, we have analyzed each and every element in the economy, that is economy at large, industry, and then company. So this is how we make a fundamental analysis, which is an approach of investment analysis. By doing so, see here we have not utilized any tool or technique. We have based our analysis only on information available. So by available information, we have made an analysis which will be useful for making our investments. That is the reason why fundamental analysis is called a qualitative analysis. Now let us move to the second approach, that is technical analysis. Technical analysis, by the name itself, it says we use some technique. When we use some technique, that is the reason why it is called as quantitative analysis. Quantitative analysis or technical analysis believe that the historical performance of stocks and markets are indicators of future performance. Now, what technical analysis says that, now, based on the previous data or the historical performance of stocks, let us say, for example, Ranbaxy's company share was 100 rupees on Monday, 110 on Tuesday, 120 on Wednesday, and 130 on Thursday. Now, by seeing the past data, if I ask you what will be the price movement on Friday, it is easy to say that, sir, it will be 140, because it was 110, 120, 130, Monday it's 110, Tuesday it is 120, Wednesday is 130, and Thursday it is 140. On Friday it will be 150. So this is how technical analysis is done. So based on the performance of stocks in the past will help you or serves as an indicators for future performance, in predicting the future performance. See, they assume that behavior of demand and supply and trend analysis are sole criteria for taking positions. So how is the behavior of demand and supply in the past and the trend analysis using this trend are the sole criteria for taking positions in the future. So stock prices tend to move in fairly persistent trends. That means stock prices will follow a trend. They believe, technical analysis what it believes, that stock prices follow a certain trend. By seeing the past, you can predict the future. Now that is the reason why we also say technical analysis is also known as chart analysis. We make use of various charts like candlestick charts, etc., to analyze the trend of the security price movements. So that is the reason why technical analysis is also called as chart analysis. That means a chart pattern is a distinct formation in a stock chart that creates a trading signal or price movements. That means it gives how the price movement, it will help you in knowing the price movements of particular security based on the past information. So both fundamental analysis and technical analysis, here the key takeaways are both these techniques are used for investment analysis. One is qualitative and one is quantitative. Fundamental analysis is qualitative because it is based on information. Technical analysis is quantitative because it is based on some tools and techniques like graphs, charts, etc. And fundamental analysis uses information, that is, it is again done in 3 steps: economic, industry, and company. In technical analysis, they believe that historical prices, historical performance of stocks and markets can be used to predict the future performance of the stocks. So this is what is all about the approaches to investment analysis and fundamental and technical analysis. That's all for today. We'll meet in the next session with a new topic. Till then, good day Goodbye.